Be ready. Start. Having heard learned counsel for the respective parties and having perused the material papers, we are constrained to state that though there can be no two opinion that the rent deed relied upon by the appellants, being an unregistered document, cannot form the basis to support the claim of the appellants for recovery of rent due if we are able to find that in the case on hand there were other uncontroverted evidence available on record to support the claim of the appellants that would be sufficient to uphold the decree for recovery of rent from the respondent. We also wish to point out that such other materials which existed should have been accepted by the High Court while examining the correctness of the order of the courts below. We also wish to state that that very decision which was relied upon by the High Court while laying down the principle that an unregistered document cannot be legally accepted in evidence to support the claim of the parties in regard to the respective status as lessor and lessee and vice versa, as well as other recitals therein relating to rent, etc., in the light of the provisions contained in second para of section 107 of Transfer of Property Act itself, the status of the parties on the basis of undisputed facts pertaining to the demised premises as landlord and tenant can always be accepted, and the rights of the parties can be worked out on that basis. As far as the adjustment of rent was concerned, the trial court rendered a finding that though it was claimed in the written statement that the accounts registers were maintained to show the adjustment of rent to cover the expenses of repairs carried out in the demised premises, nothing was placed before the court in support of the said stand. Such findings were recorded by the trial court in all the three suits based on the evidence before it. The lower appellate court also sifted the evidence in detail and concurred with the conclusions of the trial court as regards the non payment of rent right from day one of the respondent's induction into the demised premises. But the above finding does not exhaust the scope of the issue whether the appellant is a lessee of the building. A lease of immovable property is defined in section 105 of the TP Act. A transfer of a right to enjoy a property in consideration of a price paid or promised to be rendered periodically or on specified occasions is the basic fabric for a valid lease. The provision says that such a transfer can be made expressly or by implication. Once there is such a transfer of right to enjoy the property, a lease stands created. What is mentioned in the three paragraphs of the first para of section 107 of the TP Act are only the different modes of how leases are created. The first para has been extracted above and it deals with the mode of creating the particular kinds of leases mentioned therein. The third para can be read along with the above as it contains a condition to be complied with if the parties choose to create a lease as per a registered instrument mentioned therein. All other leases, if created, necessarily fall within the ambit of the second para. When lease is a transfer of right to enjoy the property, and such transfer can be made expressly or by implication, the mere fact that an unregistered instrument came into existence would not stand in the way of the court to determine whether there was in fact a lease otherwise than through such deed. When it is admitted by both sides that the appellant was inducted into the possession of the building by the owner thereof, and that the appellant was paying monthly rent or had agreed to pay rent in respect of the building, the legal character of the appellant's possession has to be attributed to a jural relationship between the parties. Such a jural relationship on the fact situation of this case cannot be placed anything different from that of lessor and lessee, falling within the purview of the second para of section 107 of the TP Act extracted above. From the pleadings of the parties, there is no possibility for holding that the nature of possession of the appellant in respect of the building is anything other than as a lessee. Thank you.